welcome to tonight's episode of Pillow Talk. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I have the millennium popping in here. Please help me welcome my panel.
Hello!
I was looking for the applause. Very good. Starting immediately to my right here, we have...
My name is Keith. How y'all guys doing today?
Shonda.
Lawrence.
All right.
Marcellus.
Tanisha, but you can call me Ham.
Ham.
Yay!
All right. So tonight we are talking about all things relationships, and let me tell you that absolutely nothing is off limits. So, might get a little steamy in here. Conversation just might get a little deep. So if you're not ready, please go ahead and exit to the left. Bring somebody else in the room to watch, because we want you to watch. So we're going to dig right into relationships. So my first question for the night is, do you feel like there is a role that a man should play in a relationship? And on the flip side of that, is there a specific role that a woman should play in a relationship?
Well,
And I'll open that up.
I feel that it depends on the premises. If I meet him in a club and I'm feeling good and I've had a drink, then the premises mean I want to feel good for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Now, if I'm in a different setting and that setting speaks, I want to get to know him more or better,
Right.
then I will go that route. But it all depends on the premises of where you meet someone.
Okay.
I mean, that's my take.
All right.
But now at the same time, you are referring to relationships. And if I meet baby in the club, that don't necessarily mean we're going to have a relationship.
Okay.
That might straight up be a booty call.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Ring,
Right.
that's my phone.
I mean, hey, let's get real with it.
So, but can there be a productive relationship?
Yes, I think it. I
Can
think
one
I
grow?
think I met a guy in a bar, and we actually had an ongoing relationship for a very long time.
Okay.
And even though the premises that I was drinking coffee because I had a little bit too much to drink, but he was a good person.
Okay.
So afterwards, we did have conversation, and just from there, he was a good person, so we were able to extend it. But I do believe it's all in what a person wants.
Okay.
If I, want to make us feel good, and
Right.
we want them, immediately taken care of.
Okay.
So it just
That
all-
instant gratification is what you're
Right.
speaking of.
Right.
All right.
So with that being said, I do believe that sometime, even though we get that instant gratification, it can still progress to a nice relationship.
Okay.
I think for you, what do you say, Keith?
Throw it to Keith.
Like I said, I believe it's where you meet him at. Meet him at the club. I don't think it's gonna relate nothing past that club scene. That's my feel.
All right.
We might get it on that night, might get it on next week.
Right. Okay.
But as far as 6 months later, I don't think
There's
it's gonna,
no telling.
I don't think it's going.
All right. Let me get perspective from Marcellus over here, who's being mighty quiet right now. What is your take on this?
Okay, the question you asked was that
I did.
is there a
It went-
specific role that a man have, or what his specific role, and what is the lady's
woman,
specific
yes.
or woman's specific role? I believe that the specific role of the man is to bring out the beauty of the woman.
Oh,
Here,
I
here.
love
that
that.
if he-
That was deeper with that. That one is beautiful.
His job is to bring out the beauty of the woman, and the woman's role is to allow that man to bring out her beauty,
I love that.
and without controlling him.
I love that.
If she would not control him, allow him to be the man that he's created to be, which is a conqueror, a leader, a thinker,
Very good.
a initiator.
Okay.
These are the things that men are created to be.
Right.
Great character.
Where the conflict happens is when the woman tend to come at the man with her perspective to try to make him think like her.
Try
but
to
a man,
change him.
yes,
Okay.
to try to change him.
Right.
But allow that man to be who he's created to be.
But a true relationship is about change, because in my experience, it's been sharing of my life. She has a life, I have a life, and we share our lives. And everything may not fit, exactly in what I may want or need. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments.
Right.
And
Compromise.
and one thing about it is, the ups and downs and the arguments and stuff like that. That has no room for that, because
Right.
and this is just a progressive thing, a progressive thing that we learn, you know,
As we get
over a
older.
period of time. Exactly.
Okay.
In this era, my opinion on that is kind of difficult because people are kind of blindsided to really what these two gentlemen just
Right.
stated, which are awesome. Like
Right.
me, that's what I still want. But
Right.
you got 5 of my friends who like, let him give me the money.
Okay.
Let him pay my bills,
So
you know,
you're-
and then
You're opening the door right into kind of social media because
Yeah.
I think especially dating now and relationships now
Did you forget all
are
of
very different. Absolutely. We've
The-
kind of lost some of those fundamentals in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because social media gives us, going back to what you said, that instant gratification, right?
So they want more instead of the dinner and the intimacy of the dinner.
Right.
It's what restaurant you taking me to? It's more of a like, is you taking me to a high-end restaurant?
Right.
And it's not about
So I can take a selfie?
yeah. What kind
Yeah.
of meal I'm gonna get?
Right.
So I can take a picture.
Right.
So it's not the intimacy of the whole thing. And as far as roles, that's what women forget their role when it comes to a man. Because see, in my age, a lot of people, when I tell them, I still get up and cook for my dude when he comes home from work.
Right.
And they like, what? Why?
Right.
Yeah.
Because he just got off work and he
Right.
hungry.
Right.
Like that's what you're supposed to do as a woman. And if he's going out and he has a job and he ain't on the corner,
Yeah.
it's the difference from the dude on the corner coming in from the club that I'm cooking a meal from. So if you want to be appreciated, you got to show appreciation.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's
but-
just my thing.
And a lot of that comes from, just like you were saying, you know, the change from my era
Right.
to the social media era.
Right.
You know, this millennium era that, it's a lot of reasons why relationships don't last because of the confusion.
Absolutely.
You know, the things that were taught in the early age don't really exist.
Play a role.
You know,
So how does
texting all day.
right? So how does online dating fit into all of this? Because we've got social media that puts a completely different spin on a
When you say
relationship.
era, it's not. I don't even think it's an era at this point anymore because you have just all different age groups who are just caught in
I'm
the
with her.
shenanigans.
Yes.
Period, just across the board. You
Right.
have people that who you think would have a little bit more attack about themselves, but this new wave has kind of opened the door for people to kind of be some of those things they probably was not comfortable with being because it was so looked upon like in a down manner, opposed to now where it's like, hey,
It's the norm.
do it,
Yeah,
show
yeah.
out.
Everybody
Well,
should
I
on
do say
social
this.
media. That's
If you
what
go
it is
back to the basic, and I'm very traditional. I'm so traditional. Online, anything I don't want.
now. The
I
online
like to
dating
fit-
is a no.
It's a no.
Okay.
But I do believe this. If we get down to the basics, and at the end of the day, it's a companionship that we want. If I take care of myself, then I need a companionship to complement me.
Well,
And I think we have strayed away from that. We're looking for someone else to come in our lives to change who we are or to better our poor choices and decisions that one has made. I think if I take care of myself, at the end of the day, I'm looking for a good companion. I don't want him to ever know me 100% because that's not realistic.
Really?
I want to be able to compliment my mate in a way to where he doesn't feel pressured. I don't want him to feel that I am his responsibility. I am my own responsibility.
Right.
And I want to take
but
care of
that's unique.
whoever
That's unique.
as a
Right,
man
right.
versus trying to change. Change starts and ends with self. And we have lost that sense of self. Like marriage is coming out to date.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's that era
It is.
thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Guys,
You
we're
the
going
only
to take
one that
a
like
quick
it. You the
break.
only one like
Everyone
that.
hold your thoughts. Don't lose where we're going with this. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back to you.
Okay.
Welcome back to Pillow Talk. Didn't want to keep you guys waiting too long. All right, so we're going to get right back to where we left off because we were starting to get into some heavy stuff, talking about marriage a little bit and compromise. So if you can take it back to where we left
Well,
off here.
I just say, in a relationship, there's a lot of give and take. But I think at the end of the day, I don't want to spend my life trying to change that individual. I want to spend my life trying to get a good companion that is full of character. And if he changed because of me, then I'm going to know it. He's not going to be genuine like I want him to be.
Right.
So I just say, when women say or men say they're looking for a nice individual, make sure you're complete. Because if I'm 100%, then I can look for 100%.
There it is, right there. And at the same time, it's like I'm looking at it like this. You know, I don't want you to change. I'm not looking for you to change. I'm admiring your physical appearance.
Right.
Then I'm going to go to your intelligence, whether or not you're spiritual, the things that are important to
Very
me.
good.
Okay.
Very
I see these things that are important to me.
Right.
Very good.
Then I can start to
Very good.
to date you. Okay.
Very
Because
good.
that's where people lose concept of
That's
things
right.
also. You know, the thing of dating.
Right.
To getting to know each other. You know, before you know it, boom, boom, you're in the bed with baby. You know, and then everything's all haywire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think because I know who I am as a person, when I meet somebody that I'm interested in, and personally me, when I like something, I give it a nickname. You know, like a dog pee on something, I give it a nickname because that means I'm trying to keep it. So, therefore, I just lay all my cards on the table. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's like almost a take it or leave it situation, because my thing is I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of doing, and I know what I will do when I find that person that I'm interested in. And I will even compromise to a certain extent.
As you should. So what are your three? Because he mentioned there are three things. He said, first I'm looking for physically whatever you're bringing to the table. Then I'm moving on to your intelligence. Then I'm moving into your, so I'm just curious if we're all kind of on the same page or what our top three are.
My top three would be, first of all, I want somebody to have what I have. So I got my own place. I would like for you to have your own place.
So you're looking for stability.
Stability.
Okay.
I want the stability.
Okay.
Financially in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of all, I want somebody who knows how to enjoy life, because I'm outgoing. So
Okay.
I need you to have a little outgoingness. You got to be fun.
Adventurous.
Yeah.
Exciting. Okay. All right.
But you got to be most of all humble.
Okay.
I don't want nobody too cocky. I don't want
Right,
nobody too
right.
aggressive.
Exactly.
Because to me that brings a lot of drama and trouble.
Right.
You know. But the most part is I need somebody with confidence.
Yeah.
Because
I
when
think
you're
that's
confident,
Right.
when you're confident
Very
within
good.
yourself,
That's it.
a lot of stuff won't break you easily.
Right.
And
Here,
you won't
here.
be competitive. You know what I'm saying?
No, that is so
you
true.
won't be quick to downgrade somebody or try to belittle.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So when you're humbled and confident enough, I think it brings a nice balance.
Okay.
I think humble. I don't think humble
And I'm not
plays
even
anything.
worried.
I think confidence plays a major role. When you find an individual that's confident, oh my God, they are so strong.
Yeah, but
Enrich with character.
but humbleness is a key factor of being confident, because you know if I have all this money and I have this car and I have this house and I can get you and I can get you and I can get you,
Yeah, you gotta get big at it.
then now I have to humble myself,
Right.
so that I can be able to understand the principle of all these things,
Right.
you know, because you know life is similar, is like that.
Yeah, when you have this stuff, you don't have no value for
Even
nothing.
even once you work for it, you know, that's another reason why for me, you know, your physical appearance, because, and I'm not necessarily saying beauty.
Right.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but you know, at the same time, what I'm looking for is that confidence you're talking about within your physical being, that spirituality. You know, because that's very important to me. You know, because that's a big part of me knowing who I am.
So is that a deal breaker for you? If that person is not Christian or whatever, lining up with what your expectations are, is that an absolute deal breaker
Yes,
for
it
you?
is.
Yes,
It
it
is.
Yeah.
It
Would you
is.
say that?
With me.
Okay.
With me.
Okay, we got a little debate.
I have to
That is a deal
disagree.
breaker.
With me.
I have
because-
to disagree. I have to disagree
deal breaker.
because that's that in line of trying to change a person.
No.
Just because, let me tell you something, at the end of the day, our life is built on hope and faith. How I get that has nothing to do with how I deal with you.
Right, but that's
And
my
you
point.
cannot change me to
I don't
choose
know.
a religion.
It
No, no.
depends.
No,
See,
change. He didn't say change.
I didn't
He
say
said
nothing about
looking-
change.
it's a deal
In fact,
breaker if because of what he believes in,
Right.
and if you're not equally
Who
up with
Lawrence
him,
is, see, because Lawrence-
that's a deal breaker because he knows that's gonna
Yes.
cause
Well, I
glass
have a
somewhere.
question for you guys. I have a question, you know, and I'll just use men and women as an you know, just put man and women.
Okay.
I think a man, he easily finds his mate because he doesn't analyze her. I understand what you're saying. She has to line up with your religion. She has to line up with all of those things. I think, but if God send me a purple man, and he might be 2 feet tall, but he respects me emotionally, physically, mentally, and he stimulates me. I think that's what I would take.
And that's
but
right.
oftentimes we miss out on that because that's that thin line of judgment. Like, oh, well, if I'm into the Christian, I want her.
No.
And I do get you want someone that is someone like yourself. And I do believe when we have hope and faith, they go hand in hand.
Right.
And God is going to send you someone that comes there, not probably how you
Okay,
want it.
but see, if I can interrupt, okay, this is the thing about it. See, you're talking about religion versus spirituality, okay? And also, this is your idealism, this is mine.
Right.
What's important to me. See, because I've had relationships with people that were not what I wanted for
Right.
my life.
Right.
And it didn't work.
Okay.
Here I am. You know,
Right.
I have a relationship with a woman now, beautiful woman, and we click.
Right.
She's a yin to my yang. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Because
alright.
because we work, because we took time to look at life that way.
Okay,
you
y'all
know?
check this out.
Okay, wait. I want to hear Marcellus's point again because he was in agreement with Lawrence here.
Some people, a lot of people look at religion or relationship with their religion or relationship with the whatever you follow. They look at it as that foundation, their foundation of relationship. So everything comes off that foundation, which is that. Let's say if you're a believer in the Jesus Christ, then you feel like that's the rock of your foundation. Everything starts there. So then you feel like that the person you want has to have that rock. They have to be on the same rock foundation that you on because everything comes off that foundation. For some people, Christianity or Islam or whatever the religion may be,
Right.
it's not an icing on the cake. It's not where it comes last and it's the final thing, but it's the beginning thing. It's the beginning thing of their life. They everything, their words they speak, the things they do, how they love other people is based on their religion. So I believe that has to be the number one.
If it's important
If
to you.
it's important to you,
That's right.
that
That's
will
right.
be the number one
Me and my
thing
man
you
gonna have the
choose.
same religion because he ain't fit to be one of them religions with 7 wives. Are we not sharing no husbands?
Okay.
No, I'm just,
No
Because
sister wives here. No sister wives
it's
here.
the number one.
No, but I feel what you're saying.
Yes, because the reason why is because if that foundation is not steady, all these other things fluctuate in your relationship. In
Like
your relationship, everything, you meet somebody at 21, 22 years old, you're going to grow, you're going to change. You're going to
Right.
change how her body's going to change, your body's going to change, the type of food you eat, the type of music you listen to,
Right.
the words you speak, the dirty, the naughty talk you talk at 23, 24. And when you get 40s, you're not going to probably talk like that.
Right.
I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you don't. You change. However, the one thing that's not going to change, the one thing that you can stand
I don't
on
know
is
about that,
is
though.
that common bond that you're going to have through all of it, no matter how old you get.
That might
the
get
common
worse.
bond, the common bond is your relationship. Your
Yeah.
relationship, your relationship in
That
your
foundation,
religion, your
right.
foundation
Right.
relationship.
And staying on
That's not gonna
point.
change.
You got
And
to
staying
always
on
resort back to them.
That's going to bring you back together.
Right.
No matter what
and
you
staying on point. It's not it's not really about religion. That's what's important to me. Now
Right.
some people may be atheists, so they want an atheist person. That's
Right.
that's where
Right.
whatever's important.
Yes.
Then some people like
Yeah.
motorcycles and other people don't. If you don't ride, you can't hang with me. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much where I'm coming from.
I have a question because I keep hearing the word change. And like he just said,
I'm not changing.
see, we like compromise. See,
I'm
we
not
like
changing.
I say
It's not
people-
changing.
I'm changing.
I
People like
say people
compromising.
don't change, they compromise.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want to change me because later on I
No,
might
I
show
agree.
You
resentment.
met me as
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes
I don't even know if compromise is the best word. Yes, there is compromise, but I think that growth is what it should be. You should be
Right.
growing together, and yes, within that is
Yeah.
compromise, and you are
Right.
going to change.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's growth together.
Well,
Right.
I think our society is so stuck and fixated on social media.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women think Cinderella is real. Relationships takes work.
Cinderella
You-
not real.
Okay. No, it does.
Ain't
And
no slipper.
sometimes
Ain't no
we're
slipper.
just
Ain't no
we
slipper.
just might be married on paper.
Right.
But then there's that friend.
Bye.
Right.
And then sometime, we might be lovers. There's different variations. And when you have children tends to take care of those gaps. But when those kids leave, that's when you look at that person like, oh my God, who are they? Because we nurture everything except for our relationships. And that's where we get lost. And as a result, when we have little kids, we're teaching them the same. So it becomes generational. But now what's really scary for me, I'm not seeing the sanction of marriage being valued. Because we, as in our positions, teach our kids that he's my husband, but I'm nurturing all of this. I need to nurture this.
Right.
Because they're going to all one day leave. They're on my path.
But that goes back to what you said about social media. Social media
was
is
just
taking
gonna
this
say that.
picture now, like how you said, your husband in the foundation. But social media is making it okay to have a man, a woman, a man. You know what I'm saying?
It's changed
it's
the
like it's making them
standards and the expectations. All of those have
like, for
changed.
example, I seen a picture of a guy, and it was two females. They both were pregnant, and he was in the middle, and they both was his baby mamas, and it was like,
now.
Is something wrong with that?
Well, yes, because people now
They don't
are
want to go.
what they value and what they stand for are
What?
losing.
Okay, where are you going with that? Is something wrong?
I mean, if the woman loves that or she likes that, and
So are we talking about
Some
two?
people-
well,
women,
like
one guy?
you said you had a man and he had two women there.
Two women, both pregnant.
Two pregnant.
Yeah.
Were they all together?
I mean, if
They were taking a photo, like a family, like not a, like, hey, how we say we taking a photo?
Yeah.
They're taking a professional photo, taking pictures. These are both his baby mamas.
Yeah.
Well, if everybody likes that, then what's wrong with that?
But that goes back to what she said. The
I'm wondering if
foundation.
they timed it.
There's
Did they
nothing
do that
wrong
on
with that though.
purpose?
If they like that though, right?
Well, I'll
What do you
say
teach
this
your
though.
kids?
Very good.
What do you teach
We
your
have
kids?
to
It ain't,
say.
it ain't about. I'm not teaching my kids it. I'm just saying that if that
You gotta be
man,
careful.
if that man and them two women like that, then or love that,
Right.
whatever the case may be, then
And that's
you have to roll with that. If that's what they like, right?
Okay, so you say roll with that. Prime example. Now, what about a woman who has kids? Boom, and daddy in the house, and then she turns gay, and then she don't want to be gay no more. Then we going back and forth. Well, again, what are you teaching the kids? Because see, that's where the
That's right.
cycle comes back with the confusion, and then you
That's
got
right.
this. You starting
That's right.
this little ball
That's
that keeps
right.
going,
That's
and then
right.
it keeps.
Well,
Right.
I do say this right here. We have to be very careful on how we carry ourselves when we have children in
I agree.
general.
I agree.
And I think that we should value marriage. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's wonderful at the end of the day you have someone.
I just,
to
I
share.
think
That's
that, but I
because
totally
terrible.
think, and I'm kind of going back to what she was saying too with the social
Terrible.
media. I just feel like what's out there now, our idea of marriage, the Kim and the Kanye and all of this, right? Our youth,
right.
and even people in my generation, they look at that and they think that's what marriage is supposed to be, and it's a joke, it's a sham, 100% of the time.
Well, I do say this though. I will say this though. I feel I don't watch all the because I know that's just a small percentage of our society.
Right.
Not really, no.
That's a
no,
large
no,
percentage.
no.
Yeah, see,
A lot of people
Today-
That's what makes you.
No,
that's
no.
what makes you different from
Today is,
probably me and
that
her.
is our society.
No, what I'm saying,
That's the
that's our
difference.
society.
That
But
is
what
it.
we see on TV
And
is
those
a small
people in that
majority of reality, you guys.
Right.
Our reality is
But they're not no more.
But that's
they're
that thing
not.
that I was talking
Because at the end of the day,
about.
most of those people are there. They're no different from her, you, or me. The only difference is that they were married to somebody or dealing with somebody with a title, and they have probably a little bit more money. Then you got people who think it. But some people look past the whole point. At the end of the day, them is some sad, bitter, heartbroken women
That's what I'm saying.
with
It's a
some
small
money.
percentage.
But nobody looks at that percent. See, like you and me may view it like that and see the bigger picture, but to society, girl, you can still go buy your purse after you wipe them tears away.
Well,
you
that's
can still
I
take
think
the trip.
I think our society, and it's really sad though. It's really so much pressure on women, and now I'm seeing the pressure on men with this thing of vanity. Vanity has taken over.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, and it's a price for us to pay for that sense of vanity.
And I feel like that vanity and the social media and all of that
It's
has
taken
just
control,
led
yes.
to a huge increase as well
Yes.
in cheating.
yes.
Yeah, and see, that's what I say. It's not knocking, like he said, if it works for them, what if that's okay? He's right.
Right.
But then, like I said, the confusion, because what are you teaching your kids? Like you said, marriage and the foundation of marriage. But kids don't get to see that when you have relationships like that.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
see, okay,
Or when
so-
you have a
Who's
relationship.
respected?
Okay.
I say this: if we keep accommodating what we know that is wrong,
That's my point.
so as a result, we're not leading by examples. We're setting these.
Okay,
this
so
Okay.
now-
generation
All
up
right,
against-
I'm gonna put everyone on pause. We are gonna take a quick break, and then we will be right back to jump more into this topic of cheating. Stay tuned. right where we have left off. And we left off on the juicy topic of cheating. So, question for the panel. Why do people cheat?
Please, can I take that? No. This is my take on cheating.
Okay.
I don't think cheating has anything to do with your significant other. I think
I agree.
it's an act that one commit. It's a very selfish act, but one commit, and it has nothing to do with your significant other. It's just something that you need fulfilled at that time. Is it right? No. Does it ruin your relationship? Never. I think it's just that.
They never ruined
Wait,
your
let her finish.
No. Let me tell you this though. You know, it's not something that's come home and say, hey. It's just a personal thing that it's a selfish act that one's commits. And it has nothing to do with him. And I think as women, for myself, I speak as a woman, I would go into that not speaking ill of him. It would just be something that I want to do. This is my secret. This is for me. It's fulfilling that void. I think where men misconception of, they think they have to walk through the doors and put me down. I'm not having sex with her. We're not doing this, da-da-da-da. To me, if a man come with all those excuses, I'm considering him weak. You know what I mean? If I want to,
now you man bashing.
I'm not man bashing.
You're not a man.
Let her finish.
No, I'm not male bashing. I'm just saying it's a
Yeah.
selfish act that one commits.
Okay.
And I think if I commit that act, it has nothing to do with my significant other. That was something that I wanted to do.
Okay, so let me get someone else's take. Why?
Yeah.
Why do people cheat?
Okay, I just want to ask her this. When she says that it's not I get the selfish act part. I totally agree because you're the one making the decision. But when she says it's not the mate's fault, how do you say it's not your mate's fault? Because if you're in a relationship and you're constantly asking your mate for something and they're denying you, like if you're asking for intimacy and your mate is not being intimate with you, like you asking for, and then it's like you kind of to the point where you're begging, and then someone comes along and kind of give you what you're missing out, even though you make the decision. But how is that not your mate's fault when you're pretty much saying, hey, this is what I need from you? And that's
Because
what
you made the decision. You made the decision.
Yeah, but it's,
You made the decision to get in a relationship. You made the decision not to step out of the relationship. You made the decision to be satisfied within and stay within that house and not get what you wanted.
but what if I just wanted that and then I can still
Well,
have everything?
I get what
All
she's
you want.
saying is this though.
Yeah.
I think sometimes man ears disappear and they consider communication nagging.
Wow.
If I tell you exactly what it
is
is
what
that
That's what I'm
I
talking
want,
about. See, that's
and you consider that nagging, then they leave you no other choice. But oftentimes when I don't know, I'm only gonna speak from a woman's point of view.
Wow.
Or from my point of view. If I step out, I don't think it has anything to do with my mate. That's a selfish act that I commit.
Exactly.
And that is on me.
Exactly.
All right, so gentlemen, okay, so Keith has been rather quiet all evening. Go ahead, I see you objecting.
I mean, you can say you stepped out, but that man might not have been satisfying you from the start. That's why you stepped out.
Okay. Gentlemen, you agree?
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
I say this is that, I mean, we could actually end the conversation right now. We just said it's because you've been selfish. I mean, hey,
Right.
let's go home. Everybody
Right.
is selfish. We don't
Right.
be selfish yet.
Exactly.
So we got to deal with the root cause of this. The root cause, whether it be a man or woman, is
Right.
because something is lacking that they're
Something
looking
is
for
missing.
out of that person. Going back to what Shonda talked about earlier about open relationships. Open means that you tell that person what you won't be. A lot of times in relationships, you're not being honest. You're not telling that person actually what you
Right.
like. You're afraid that person might reject you because you might look freaky or you might look naughty or whatever, dirty. Be open and honest about what you like. And then I suggest to the other person, whether it be a man or woman, give them what they like.
Here, here.
Give them what they like. If you give that person what they like, and
They
then
ain't going
vice
nowhere,
versa,
goddamn.
they ain't gonna do it because they're gonna be too full. And so we use a lazy excuse when we say, "Well, you're gonna do what you want to anyway." That's a lazy excuse we use. That's we're being very disingenuous with ourselves. We need to look at how can we fix problems and not stop just saying, "Well, it's gonna happen anyway." And then, granted, if you meet a man or woman that's already a dog when you first meet them, yeah, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But if you meet a good person, trust me, you have to be honest within yourself as a man or a woman. Tell your husband what you want, or your boyfriend.
And then
tell your girl, your man, your boyfriend, to tell your girlfriend or your husband or your wife. Tell them what you like, and I suggest communicate with each other what you like, and be willing to give that without looking like afraid that you freak, so you must gonna cheat because you're a freak. No, they saying they want that from you. If you get up to your man or your woman, they're gonna be full. They're gonna be
But
satisfied.
see, like you said, that's your fault because you stay in that relationship. But what if in the beginning of the relationship they were one way and then they started changing, and then you go back and say, where was the person that I started off with?
Okay.
Like you said, go back to communication. But again, if this was who you was in the beginning, so you got me adjusted to feeling like this and wanting this. But then you say, well, why do you stay in it? But what if you have things that's established and you like I said again, you're begging, but the person was giving you this and they just took it off the plate.
Gets right
You're
back.
giving me, I'm thinking like, initially we're going through the front door 100% of the time. Then you change the game and now you want the back door. The back door is off limits. It's not happening for me.
Well, I don't
Not
know.
that I judge, but then in that instance, I don't know. Then there would be a conversation, but there definitely should be some dialogue before somebody makes the
I
choice
think
to
it's
step out.
Each its own. I really do think it's to each its own. I don't think. I mean, from my experiences, I don't think cheating has anything to do with your significant other. I think it's just an act that we commit.
I agree.
Do we
agree with
regret
that?
it?
You agree
Because
with that part?
where
So
we
you
started,
open the door, though.
this is what I'm
Nothing
saying.
can
This is
open
what
the
I'm
door.
saying.
It could just happen.
Alright, Lawrence, go ahead.
Unless you have an accident, unless you have a car accident
Right.
and you die together. You came in here together by yourself. You're
Right.
gonna leave by yourself.
That's
So
right.
you have to make your own decisions.
That's right.
And see, the thing about it is, if baby say, hey, it's all good and we swinging and everything's all good and gravy and everything like that. All of a sudden, I'm not giving her what she wanted. She can't speak on it, and she decides to step out. That's not on me. That's on her.
problem,
But
right?
I said, what if they do speak on it and they're
Some she
begging
wanted-
for that?
Well then, if I've talked to you, and and I'm saying, hey baby,
Because some people don't cheat. If just because a person cheats doesn't mean that they don't love that person.
That's right.
They're just trying
That's
to
right.
fill the void. And maybe
I don't even
sometimes
think
people
it's a
are trying to, some people try to fill the void, and sometimes it's just that's what I give you the selfish part.
Aren't we getting back to knowing ourselves though?
Yeah.
Aren't we getting back to the beginning of what we were conversating about knowing ourselves?
And
See,
communication.
that's what I mean about what I want, who I am first and foremost.
Right.
Because
That's
if
right.
I know who I am, what I want. See, and if I love you, if I love you unconditionally, and all of a sudden things ain't working,
Right.
then I'm the one that's stupid. See, because it's by staying.
You learn that later in life, though.
This
Right.
is true.
So,
This is true.
When you're young in a relationship, you don't know all that.
Yes,
Right.
it's true.
Most times when
You're right. You
experience
hit it
all
on
Well,
the
those,
I do say
you experience all those
No,
cheating issues when you're young in a relationship. You experience all those issues we're discussing right now.
And then
but as you get older in life, you done failed and you done made mistakes. You
got
don't
beat
learn.
up.
You more
But I have
wise.
a
You don't make
question
those
for
same
all of you
mistakes.
guys. I want all of you guys to
Y'all
answer
got all the
this. This is
mature
my
answers over
question.
there. Look, they got the
No,
mature
no, no,
answers
no, no,
over there.
This is a question that I have.
So-
I do feel this. I think fear plays a major role.
Oh, of course.
And because
100%.
I feel that if I am unhappy and I'm not getting what I want, I think I'm okay with saying it's not working and walking away. But is that realistic? No. Some people just stay together just to stay together.
Because it's comfortable.
Because it's easy, it's convenient.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I pray every day that God allow me to know the difference when it's no more.
Right.
I think
Because
that's a
I would
fair
hurt
mind.
myself more.
I never want to stay with nobody who I'm not happy
But
with.
most people
Settling.
stay
'Cause-
together.
And that's it.
Most
Most
people
people
do.
do.
Yeah, but
they
even
settle.
at that point, once you stay together, it's hard to lose that.
Convenience.
You know what
Right.
you did.
That could
Right.
You remember what you did.
It is hard
See,
to.
because your mind always. I
playing
read
it
this
back.
thing.
It's always
It said-
gonna revert
I read
back.
this. I read
Yes.
this thing. It said the mind cannot delete the things that the heart holds on to.
Well, I do
Okay.
agree with you, Larry, but I do pray, for strength. And, people, like, when you have adult children, we forever indirectly affected.
Right.
So I pray for strength to carry me through whatever life is going to bring me.
Right.
And if it means I love him dearly, but I have to depart because it's not good for me, I have to learn. I have the power to influence you,
Right.
but I don't have no power to control you.
Right.
And I think that is what I try to live off of. I cannot control this man.
So let me ask you a question, because I know we have some married and some single. I don't know who's married in the amongst the panel here. All right, so we've got some married, and then everyone else, I assume, is single or in a relationship or not married. Okay, so let's say you are married. How far will you go to make that marriage work? And my question specifically is, would you go so far as to allow your other person to step out and have a side piece?
Oh, never.
Is that the what is that called? That the card? What do they call it now? Isn't there a title for that now?
Never.
Isn't there a title for that now?
I don't know. I thought it was side
a
piece.
date or it's a call.
Well,
Hall
I
pass.
think
Stand for that
sometimes
Hall
though.
pass.
Hall
No,
pass,
I think
yeah.
so. When people carry a high level of fear, they will get blindsided to what's going on. You know, and it's all boils down to fear. People fear of being alone. People fear of the unknown.
You're not answering the question, girlfriend. She said, "Would you let?"
No, I would
Yeah.
not.
No,
allow
I would not.
No,
Get
no.
back to
Well,
the
you know,
question.
it's
You're
just
trying to
in
get a
my-
nice.
Anywhere.
There
my
you
house.
ass thing
In my
Man,
house,
can step out
my
and
job,
let.
I look at it.
Okay, vice
like this.
versa. Vice
Wait,
versa.
wait.
My job,
Go ahead.
my job is to make you smile.
Right.
Is to make you and to do all the things that you
Larry, I
are in
stopped
need
smiling.
for.
I stopped
You know?
smiling.
Well, then I'm gonna have to talk to you and see why not.
And then
You know
I'm
what
still
saying?
not smiling.
Well, then
Then I'ma get
then-
rid of
then
you
if
and
it's
come
not,
up with
if
something
I
else.
keep on, no.
Okay,
If I keep on and
You ain't
on,
happy
about
in
you?
yourself.
then you gotta
Well,
find
I
somebody
couldn't
else.
get up
to
to
do
what
it
everything
with.
your wife
good for
step
you,
out?
Larry.
All right,
What
wait. I
would you
can't
do?
hear everything. One
Would you
person
let
at
your
a
wife?
time.
You ever say would you let your wife have a man on the side? You say you're working hard, you're tired.
She tell me she want a man on the side.
Yeah.
But
No,
look,
that's deep.
No,
I'm
no.
saying.
What if she wanted to bring somebody else into the bedroom? Would
She
that
ain't
be
bringing
a no?
nobody else in.
Hey, that's
Nobody
another
coming in.
topic.
Guy, girl, I know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
So
that.
you
Not
this
it.
anniversary surprise.
No man, no
All right,
man.
wait, I
Okay,
have a
okay,
question.
So what if it
But
was
would-
a woman?
Thank you.
Then
No-
would that change?
No man.
No man.
No man and no woman is coming in on my
Okay,
relationship.
all right.
No.
If she's unhappy,
Why no? Why no though? Why no? So she says I want to surprise you 50 and say 35th anniversary.
Bam.
Bam.
There she is.
Anniversary gift. We ain't never done this.
Right.
I just want to cause
That's not okay.
it's the times and I just always
I'm
wanted
gonna be
to.
hurt. I'm gonna be
Okay.
hurt that
So,
she would even come at me
I'm
like
bringing
that.
you Becky with the good
I'm
hair.
about to change. I'm about to change my woman. I'm about to change my woman if she come at me like that.
Yeah.
If my woman come at me like that, I'm gonna change my woman.
I want me to do something.
All right.
I'm gonna make a change.
We gotta go to a break. I know
Make
we're
sure.
having a great conversation right now, but we're gonna go ahead and take it to a break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up. So we left off talking about, would you bring somebody else into the bedroom, or would you give the approval to do that? And that topic got a little heated, but we did spark some conversations. I saw the comments on Facebook. Thank y'all. Keep those coming. Anybody else want to add anything else to that, or just throw anything else in here as we get ready to wrap up for the night?
Hey, for me, I'm not bringing nobody into the bedroom. No man, I ain't bringing no woman.
Very good.
It's gonna be me and her. We gonna work that out and do whatever we gotta do. I ain't bringing nobody into the bed though.
All right. Anybody else?
Okay, for me, I do feel that, if you respect the person and you respect them holistically, then you probably would. But if a person step out, it still doesn't have anything to do with his mate. That is just a selfish act that one commits. That's
right.
my standard.
All right.
Well, I think me myself, it's just it's a lifestyle. It depends on, getting back to what you were both talking about, as far as you wanting what you want. If that's what my baby wants, then I have to make a decision on whether or not I want to get down like that. You know what I'm saying?
You bringing a man into the
He
room?
probably can't, depending on his age, he
It's
probably
a
doesn't know
lifestyle.
how
I'm
to
not talking about whether or not
Right.
I've been there, done that, whatever.
Right.
I'm just talking about the lifestyle.
Nicely done.
You're very smooth.
He is a smooth
And
guy.
you know what? I have it, Lawrence. It's Larry that you don't want to meet.
We gonna say
Lawrence ain't bringing nobody
We
in.
only got 3 minutes. Come on.
We
We
gonna
telling people
say
business.
that.
We gonna say that one.
I disagree with every level of bringing a woman or a man in the bedroom with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend.
If Cool said it, then it ain't right.
I don't agree with it totally.
All right.
Cool said it right.
Come on,
What
Ham.
about ham?
Come on, Ham.
So let me tell y'all about ham.
You piece of pork.
Good from head to toe. It ain't happening though.
No.
No.
Other pork, no other
I'm
pork.
good from head to toe, so I don't need no extra.
Yeah. I'm gonna make her smile. I mean, you know.
That's one is good.
How does that
That's
go?
one is good.
How's that go? It's my duty to guard that booty. Hey,
Now that's that is Larry talking.
There you
See,
go.
Larry starts to speak. You notice Larry
Wait,
said
we
it's
got-
his duty to please that booty.
We're gonna save Larry and properly introduce you to him this next episode. The host has no comment. I plead the fifth. However, I want to thank all of the viewers for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. Come back and see us again soon. Don't forget to like, share, talk about us everywhere. Thanks again for tuning in. Pillow Talk. See you guys again soon.
All right.
All right.